Howdy, Possum Patty here, coming to you from standing next to a very large rock in the ocean. It's low tide, so I can actually walk out to it. And I'm doing a bit of rockhounding at the shore. I've got a bag of goodies down at my feet, and I'm just headed back to meet up with Mr. Possum, who is flying his kite. Howdy, Possum Patty, and the mayor of Soggy Bottom, Miss Stinky Winky Woos, is here, along with the entire Soggy Bottom bunch. Flat Stanley, Flat Stanley over here, still working on his rock collections. Yes, he's got 3 to finish up. And as you can see, a pan of rocks. The rocks are going to take over the table. I just know they are. Well, Miss Stinky Winky Woos, Mr. Possum Patty, because Possum Patty and Mr. Possum were down at the beach today. Yes, we went to the same beach we went to the other day because we had gone to fly kites, and Mr. Possum had said the wind was way too strong. But today was just right. Yes, today was just right. Yes, it was just right. Sky was blue, a little bit of a breeze. Oh, I stood there and just let go of my kite like that, and it went up. It was like I did nothing. Actually, that is actually what happened. Yes. Kite was in my hand. I let it go, released the string, and it went right up. Oh, it was beautiful. Yes, it was. I went to the very end of my string. Mr. Possum had a little bit more trouble with his kite. Yeah, but once he got it straightened out, I think the string was tangled up or something a little bit. And yeah, his went right up after that, too. Well, after a while, I decided to hike down to the beach and look at the rocks. And there weren't too many folks there today, no. But as we were leaving, yes, a lot of people were coming in as we were leaving. But we got there around 11:30, something like that. So around noon. Yeah, around noon. Pretty much had the whole beach to myself. There were a few people down one end and a few people down the other end, but yeah, oh, it was lovely. And the tide was going out, and I walked up and down. I was looking for agates or jasper or some pretty stones, just some pretty stones. I'm lining the Fairy Garden campground with stones, and I have that whole area almost done. And Mr. Possum wanted to know when I was going to start on the next area. Yeah, so I'll make a video on that because I have some new fairy houses to put out there and gnome homes. Got some gnome homes to put out there too. Well, Stinky, I thought I brushed you yesterday, but yeah, with the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, Stinky got a brushing with the vacuum cleaner yesterday, but I got hair up my nose. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so yeah, I was trying to sort through some of these rocks. I thought some might be jasper, some might be agates. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I had a wonderful time picking them up. But yeah, all this bending down and picking up rocks. Oh, and I found some tiny, 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 tiny little shells. And it was so funny. I was picking up these tiny shells. I'm gonna have to show you under the other camera in just a second. These tiny, tiny little shells. I call it micro shelling. Yes, you get down real close to the sand and you get these little shells that are so tiny. And there was a little boy about 4 years old, I'd say. And he was out there with his dad and climbing on the rocks and playing. And he started picking up shells and handing them to me. So he handed me this one. I said, "Oh, that's a slipper shell." He said, "Oh, And then I showed him this little tiny, tiny one. I said, I'm looking for these little tiny, tiny ones. And doesn't he take 2 steps, find one, pick it up, and come back to me and hand me a little tiny, tiny one? That was so funny. He was so cute, yes. Oh, what a day. Yes, what a gorgeous day. And now I have to sort through this. I think it's mostly quartz, but there's some pretty ones in here. I think there's some smoky quartz in here somewhere. Oh, here. Got some smoky quartz. Okay, leave the rocks alone. Okay. Push them aside. Push them aside. Okay. Well, what did I say? Oh, yes, I was tired from bending down, picking up all these rocks. So I don't want to move around too much. I want to sit in one spot, which is probably a good thing because I was working on what was right here that needed to get finished up. And this red journal has been sitting here next to my gnome on the little petrified wood there. I think that's because there were a few things in the bucket here that I wanted to put in there or try to fit in there. I don't remember exactly which ones though. That's okay. I think I'll just sit and relax for a little bit. Yes, just have a little bit of a play today. Oh, I like the ladybug. Oh, and I got some cookies in a red box. Digestives from the UK. Yeah, okay. Well, Stinky, yeah. Stinky, we're going to do some red book glue booking. Red is my color for 2025. Carnelian is my stone, the stone of energy. Red is the color for energy and passion and action. All my action for today is done. Yes, bending down, picking up rocks. That was my action for today. Beautiful day, beautiful day. And I need to do some journal pages for that. But yeah, maybe tomorrow when I have some energy to get up, move around, get all the things that I need. Oh, I did bring back a pamphlet about the mansion at the park. Okay. So since the red book is on the table, this was sitting down there by my chair. I'm working on some things here to clear the area. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I know as soon as I start gluing, there's going to be cat hairs and everything. Yes, cat hairs and everything. All right. In just a second, I'm going to get up and switch cameras. Yes, I am. Why don't you come on along? Okay, I've got my tacky glue, got my glue stick. I want to show you these little shells so I can move them out of the way. Look at this little purple one here. It's like 1 centimeter. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at the pattern on this one. 1 centimeter. Oh, and this is the one the little boy found. It's got a little hole in it. Aren't they adorable? All right, I'll lose them. Call them my fairy shells. Look at this rock. I'm not sure if it's an agate or a jasper, or part agate, part jasper. See this side? This side looks like it might be agate on this side, but I'm not sure. These are really pretty. I thought this was an agate. Just a little piece of one. Okay. Those are aside. Now, move that away. Move away, move away. How we doing in the red glue book? 5 is the number. Happy New Year. Joy. cardinals, lots of red cardinals, red ladybugs, folks wearing red, red gnomes, red ATC from Dolores, red from a card. Oh, here's another bird. It's not a cardinal, though. I've got red cherry snack pie. I got red backgrounds over here. Activity. Yes, energy, activity. Red shoe. Oh, I wanted to put some flowers or something coming out of the shoe. And I also wanted to put something inside here. Red heart there. And I did put the monk in with the cat. I was doing these inkless stamping. Oh, I had a lot of fun painting this little guy. Yeah, that was a stamp, but I wound up painting it with paint pens. I was journaling about the woodpeckers. Journaling about the woodpeckers. So I actually did journaling in here. Oh, and I did the magic window. See the little red birds? And when you slide it in, they disappear. I know it's hard with the, here we go. And then they disappear. I was having so much fun in this journal, but I've got a few more pages in here to do to finish this up. And I know this is another inkless stamp, but I was hoping she would fit in here with her red coveralls. She's a little big, though. Oh, well, we'll hang on to that for something. Let's see. I need a background on this page. Background paper. Oh, red rose. Did I put that in here yet? Red rose. I don't remember. I just went through here, right? Teapot. Red rose. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, this has got to go in here. This has got to go in here. So, ooh, how are we going to do this? That might be interesting. I know it's a red journal, but what is pink? But red and white. What is purple? But red and blue. I just thought this would be a nice background for this. Blended with love. Oh, the love journal. Oh, I'm going to have to put one of these in the love journal. Oh, I like the cup of tea there. All right, change of plans. We have to save one of these for the love journal because every time I found something with love, I have to put it in the love journal. And let's see if I can cut this down and put it on a page and keep that cup down there. I like the cup. It's got little red crowns on it. All right, let me get my slicer dicer out. Okay, I think I'm going to cut it a little more. This is a very special beach. No swimming. This is a no swimming beach, yes. It's a beach for the bird watchers and the fishermen, actually. The bird watchers and the fishermen. And half of the beach you can't even go on because the birds breed, have their little chicks right down there on the beach. This is so thick. Should I make it a pocket? I guess I could, right? Because it's heavy packaging. And the dogs are only allowed on the beach in the winter time. Because once April comes around, yeah, the birds start nesting right on the beach. Well, one section's closed, so all birds only down here. People walking and fishermen over here, and no dogs anywhere from April till the end of the season, I guess. Because it's very stiff. Maybe I'll put it on the last page. All right, I'm not going to use any of the glue I just took out. I'm going to use this glue. Fabri-Tac, a little bit stronger. And just put this on here. This is the most relaxing kind of journaling. Well, like glue booking, trashy journaling, all my trashy journaling is so fun, relaxing. All right, I'm going to let that dry. I love this little cup over here. Oh, English breakfast black tea, red rose. And I've got the English cookies. Oh. Oh. Or maybe I should make a tag. To make a tag for the pocket. Oh, yes. 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 Let's see. All right. Do I want to glue that on something larger? Oh, this is a good size. There. Oh. Okay. So it's going in that way. I am going to cut out the cookies. What can we add to it? Let's see. Something. All right, got some scrap papers here. Ooh, I like that. Put a little tacky glue on this because it's heavy packaging. This is heavy cardstock. Some tacky glue. I love it. English breakfast black tea and an English biscuit. Oh, should I put the other part on the back? I don't know. I have to think about that one. It's not calling out to me right now. Nope. It's not. Oh, I love this. Can I fit this in here somewhere? These would come off, these little spongy things. Oh, now I need a background for this. Oh, look. Red snowflakes. Red snowflakes. Oh, what else I got? I like that. I like that. Oh, give love. Look at this little tag. Give love. That's got to go in the love journal. All right, there's 2 things for the love journal. Christmas candy. Oh, I like this. Tissue paper. Oh, and I like this too. With the cardinal. Ooh. Envelope. What if I cut the envelope down to fit the page somewhere in there, and I'm not going to make a pocket, no. Enough pockets to fill for right now. I have to trim the bottom. I'll trim the side. All right, now this is just thin envelope paper. So let's get out the glue stick, which is at the absolute end. And when you get to the absolute end, that's what it does. It falls out. Now you could dig all that out and use that. Or you can grab the next glue stick because you're tired and you don't want to do any extra work. And put that away for later. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me it's a black cat chickadee past the morning dove o'clock already. All right, we'll just finish up this page. Do a lot of journaling tomorrow. We got a live tomorrow at noon, Friday. Friday at noon, live with Possum Patty. We're going to work in the shape journals tomorrow. I'll use some Fabri-Tac on this. Well, this was fun. I got this in here and I really wanted to make sure I put this in this journal. I just love this red house. I've got the envelope in and I wanted to use that little red cardinals. A lot of red birds in this in this journal. And the red rose, I definitely wanted to get the red rose in there and the English breakfast tea with an English biscuit on a red packaging. Something on the back. Yes, I'll put something on the back. Okay, that was fun. Well, I think there's still several things left in the bucket. Yes, these red cherries. Oh, red roses. Red roses. Red roses. Will that fit on here? Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I won't take this off the desk. Maybe I won't take this off the desk. Maybe there's just a few more things that will get put into this before it goes up on the shelf. Yeah, okay. Oh, and I've got to get down the little love journal because when I find something with love, it's got to go right away into the love journal. Okay, well, that's it for today. Enough things for one day, right? Always tomorrow, always tomorrow. Well, thanks for allowing me to share my day with you and a little bit of my glue book fun, too. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. Red Feather. Chapter 8. the gold slippers. Rosemary was roundly scolded by the 5 chefs, the wine stewards, and the kitchen boys and girls. But as she did not listen to most of all they said, it did not matter. Then she was punished, and she had to go back to the sculleries and wash and peel and scrape and dry for days on end. But she thought about the world and her adventures in it, and through her thoughts a red flame flickered, so the punishment didn't matter much either. Oh, for next Thursday, when she could go back to the world and try out if she had really picked up some magic powers through living in fairyland all her life. Thursday came, and she went down into the scullery and found a pile of potatoes taller than herself, waiting to be scrubbed and peeled. And when she turned around, she found a pile of beets taller than herself and a pile of carrots taller than herself. And while she sighed, the 5th assistant chef carried in a pile of dishes taller than himself. I can never get all this done, said Rosemary. It's my Thursday out. Is it indeed? Said the 5th assistant chef. You'll find soon enough it's a Thursday like any other, or like Wednesday, or Tuesday, or Monday, for the matter of that. What do you mean? Said Rosemary. But she knew already. I mean that your Thursday afternoons are over, Miss Mortal, said the 5th assistant chef. You didn't think you could behave as you did last Thursday and not get punished, did you? But I have been punished, cried Rosemary. Just because you were put back in the sculleries? Rosemary did not answer. She ran into the kitchen and faced the Lord High Chef, whose enormous white cap blew up a little higher in his surprise at being tugged by the arm and addressed in furious tones by the little mortal scullery maid. It's not true, she was crying. It can't be true. The Lord High Chef lifted his eyebrows and stared at her in a very highty-tighty manner. Will you be good enough to unhand me? He said. Rosemary held on to his arm and cried, But it's my Thursday. You can't keep me here. The Queen herself said I was to have Thursday afternoons out. The Queen herself now says that you are not to have any more Thursdays. Rosemary sobbed, with the tears rolling down her cheeks. I don't believe it. It can't be true. The Lord High Chef produced a parchment inscribed in flowing letters and sealed with a red seal. Here is the Queen's order, and now you are to get back to the scullery at once. Rosemary stared, sobbing, at the parchment. Yes, it announced in the grandest possible manner that one Rosemary, a mortal, was to have no more Thursdays out, but was to stay in her scullery, and the order was signed by it was signed by the king. Then Rosemary wept quietly, as though her heart were broken, and she went back to the scullery and set to work on the potatoes and cried over them until it looked as if the potatoes wept with her with all their eyes. Abracadabra, the scullery cat, went into a dark corner and vanished, and only a glow like moonlight came from his hiding place. And then, somehow, through the haze of despair and sadness that had settled over her, Rosemary remembered the king signing the parchments. They are all laws, she heard inside her head, and some of the fairies will be happy by keeping them, and some will be happy breaking them. The little gold slippers on her feet, which came from the world and had belonged to the Baroness Margot, seemed to grow light. They lifted Rosemary into the air in an excited jump. Why, of course, she exclaimed. I'll break the law. I'll run away. She could run away back to the world for good and all. It was where she belonged. And if they would not give her any more Thursdays, she would take as many days as she wanted, Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Mondays too. All day long she worked, and Abracadabra came slowly back into sight, and the heap of potatoes, the heap of beets, the heap of carrots, and the pile of dishes were finished and shining like white and red and orange and porcelain suns. Rosemary ate her supper in the scullery and crept away upstairs to her room in the furthest attic of the palace, where the ceiling sloped down on all sides. There was a ball going on below, and Rosemary sat down on her cot and waited till the ball should be over and she could creep out and away to the hollow olive tree. She waited and waited until the moon shone full over the gardens, and each tree and flower and blade of grass gleamed pure and without color, as though the souls of all these beautiful things burned through. Rosemary grew tired, for all she was so excited, and once her heavy eyelids drooped over her eyes and did not open. She started up. She must go now, somehow, or she would fall asleep and find herself here in the attic on Friday, with Thursday gone and nothing to mark it as being different from any other day. She looked out into the gardens and saw the gay fairies strolling through the moonlight, for this belonged to them, just as water is for fish and air for mortals. One lady turned toward Rosemary's window, and Rosemary saw that she wore a black lace mask over her eyes. "Oh!" cried Rosemary, and she was wide awake at once. She took out the gown of cloth of gold and put it on in place of the old uniform. She unbraided her yellow hair and shook it out until it fell in ringlets over her shoulders. She lifted her skirt and looked at the little gold slippers. The moonstone ring gleamed on her finger. Yes, she was quite perfect for the ball. Now for the mask. She stood a moment in thought, and one light golden slipper lifted her foot so that the toe pointed to the rope of poppies she had flung aside with the old uniform. Rosemary took up the flowers and, weaving carefully, although her hands shook with excitement, she made a narrow mask of the scarlet poppies and fastened it about her head. She slipped down the attic stairs, quietly, quietly, and when she came to the broad marble staircase, she walked slowly and boldly. At the foot of the stairs, near the entrance to the ballroom, stood a group of fairies, men and women, all in their grandest garments and all masked. She walked among them, and one of the men asked her at once to dance, bowing very low before her. So she went into the ballroom with him, and although she had never danced before, she found now that she waltzed with the best of them, or perhaps it was the light little golden slippers that lifted her feet. The lovely gay music was like a spring breeze that blew about her and made her feel happy and sad. "But you are an amazing fine dancer," whispered the man who held her. "What an original idea to wear flowers for a mask instead of all this dull gold and silver and lace." When the dance ended, he begged her for another, but then he bowed and stood aside, for here came the king, with light going up from his head like a crown, and Rosemary curtsied to him, her heart beating fast under the gown of cloth of gold. "Perhaps the charming lady in the poppy mask will give me this next, which is a minuet," said the king. The king led her out at the head of the pairs of dancers, and they bowed to each other when the music began. Rosemary was frightened, for she had not forgotten that the king knew everything. But then she remembered that he never did anything about it, and she felt better. When she turned in, the figure of the dance, to the tall lady who stood beside her in a gown that shone a little like moonlight, she saw that the lady missed a measure and caught her breath sharply. Rosemary did not hear the music. She looked at the lady and could not look away. "Come, Amanda," said the king pleasantly. "It is not like you to grow tired so soon." Rosemary heard her whisper, "The little girl in the poppy mask. Who is she?